The last 5 years have been wild for gaming. We've seen boundaries pushed, worlds expanded, and stories that stuck with us long after the credits rolled. But out of all those releases, which games truly left a mark? Let's find out.
For those who come after.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a breathtaking French-style RPG that elegantly marries turn-based strategy with real-time parries and dodges, set against a haunting Belle Epoque backdrop where a yearly ritual, the Gummage, erases people at a certain age. You lead Expedition 33, Gustave, Maëlle, Lune, Eski, and others on a poignant mission to stop the mystical paintress before she paints her next victim. Combat is both cerebral and cinematic. Chain clever ability point builds, free aim range shots, and satisfyingly timed parries to counter enemies in real time. Critics describe it as an old-school feeling JRPG as dynamic as Persona, but with parry-filled battles as hard-won as Sekiro, and note its emotionally wrenching storytelling, shadow and light art direction, and exquisite soundtrack. With universal acclaim on Metacritic 93 and over 3 million copies sold in just over a month, this indie debut stands as a stunning achievement that challenges mega-budget norms. In one breath, it's a gorgeous, heartfelt, deeply strategic quest, an unforgettable modern classic.
Here, Krauser. Again and again.
Resident Evil 4 Remake takes everything iconic about the 2005 classic and elevates it with breathtaking visuals, smarter AI, and streamlined gameplay that feels fresh yet familiar. Capcom's RE engine transforms rural Spain into a haunting, photoreal world. Fog-filled villages, castle dungeons, and grotesque plagas-infected horrors immerse you in tension. Combat has been modernized. Leon can now move while aiming, parry attacks, craft ammo on the fly, and tactically navigate smarter enemy swarms.
Confidence. Bring it, rookie! Come on! Are you ready, rookie? Let's settle this.
Schley is no longer a helpless burden. She contributes meaningfully to puzzles and the narrative, with deeper characterization that makes their dynamic feel genuine. Fans and critics alike praise the remake for respecting the soul of the original while ironing out rough edges and adding new layers, earning universal acclaim and standing proudly among the best remakes of modern times.
You know who I am?
God of War Ragnarök isn't just another sequel, it's a cinematic powerhouse that elevates everything your heart loved in the 2018 reboot. The graphics are jaw-dropping, with realms that feel alive down to the tiniest rustle in the wind, and cutscenes that stop you mid-scroll. What gives it real gravity is the story. Kratos and Atreus journey toward an impending apocalypse, but it's the emotional moments between them that stay with you long after the final blow. Combat is refined and strategic, with new weapons and abilities layered over the series' signature brutality. It can feel sprawling. Some pacing dips and gear complexity creep in, but the overall experience is nothing short of epic. Universal acclaim, multiple Game of the Year awards, and over 15 million copies sold speak volumes. In short, it's a brutal, beautiful, and profoundly human journey you don't want to miss.
You put him last, even in death. The fuck you say? Modi sought us in fear of you. He died of the wounds you gave him. Oh, we got a model father.
Elden Ring is the kind of game that rewrites what an open world can be, a sprawling, interconnected realm where every ridge, swamp, or crumbling castle begs to be explored. It blends the punishingly precise combat of Dark Souls with a breathtaking freedom. You ride into the horizon on horseback, leap off cliffs, delve into shadowy catacombs. It's your story to discover. The Lands Between, co-crafted by George R.R. Martin, unfolds gradually yet always rewards curiosity, revealing secrets, lore, and tough boss fights that feel both epic and earned. And beneath all that, it's simply gorgeous. Each biome and landmark feels alive, dangerous, and deeply atmospheric. Players and critics call it a masterpiece, a modern benchmark for design, challenge, and exploration, infinitely replayable and packed with content that doesn't waste a moment. In one breath, vast, beautiful, brutal, and utterly unforgettable.
Yes? Why are they looking at me like that? Melly looked at me the same way. Then she left. Because she doesn't like me anymore.
Hugo, she had other things to do.
A Plague Tale series, a duo of emotionally harrowing stealth adventures, is one of the most unforgettable narrative duos of the past 5 years. It opens in innocence, where you step into Amicia's shoes in plague-ridden medieval France, protecting her frail little brother Hugo from both rats and Inquisition soldiers. Simple stealth, clever lighting mechanics, and a bond between siblings build a raw, tragic, yet tender story that critics called one of the most gripping you'll play this year. Its sequel, Requiem, expands that world dramatically. Lush southern French landscapes, deeper character arcs, richer mechanics, but still holds tight to its emotional core.
Monsieur!
Hey!
What's going on?
How many of you are there?
Wait! We didn't mean to trespass. We fell here by accident. We'll leave if you show us how.
Lies!
I swear! I don't know what's happening here, but we have nothing to do with it.
Lies! You bloody thieves! I'll cut you to pieces!
Run!
Amicia's evolution into Protector and Hugo's haunting presence create moments so powerful they leave players emotionally wrecked. While a few critics noted some pacing issues and repetition in Requiem, most agree those moments don't drown out the cinematic storytelling, gorgeous art direction, and gut-punch ending.
Get up, detective. One last time.
Into reality, baby.
Sure thing, champ. Lead the way.
If you could only find your gun.
It's okay.
Disco Elysium. The Final Cut is a genre-defining RPG that ditches traditional combat entirely, instead weaving a gorgeously written murder mystery set in the decaying city of Revachol, where every dialogue choice, internal skill check, and thought you pick from the thought cabinet reshapes who your detective becomes. Its bold emphasis on narrative over action, paired with its painterly, noir-inspired aesthetic and philosophical themes like identity, politics, and existential dread, have earned it near-universal praise, multiple awards, glowing reviews, and a cult status as an indie classic. Cyberpunk 2077 has undergone a dramatic evolution since its rocky launch, and today it stands as one of the most compelling open-world RPGs of recent years. Night City is a neon playground of verticality and detail, skyscrapers, dingy alleys, underground dens, crafted with obsessive artistry. V's story is a collision of gritty heists, cybernetic dilemmas, and the iconic Keanu Reeves' Johnny Silverhand, delivering emotional weight and philosophical reflection. Gameplay is layered and fluid. Pick your style, stealth, hacking, guns blazing, and watch moral ambiguity shape the journey. The Phantom Liberty expansion and 2.0 updates bring full redemption, smoothing bugs, enriching romance arcs, and turning the game into a near masterpiece. In 2025, player reviews on Steam turned overwhelmingly positive, and major outlets like PC Gamer, Forbes, and Tech Radar praise its rebirth as a story-rich RPG. If you've been waiting for Night City to shine again, now's the perfect time. Cyberpunk 2077 isn't just fixed, it's reborn. Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world samurai epic that feels less like a video game and more like painting in motion. Every breeze, beam of light, and golden field pulls you in deep. You step into the whiskered shoes of Jin Sakai, a samurai torn between ancient honor and the shadowy path of the ghost, forging a legend as brutal as it is beautiful. Combat flows like poetry, whether you're dueling enemies in choreographed precision or melting through war camps as a stealthy phantom, it's responsive, cinematic, and always rewarding. But what truly sets it apart isn't just the battles or vistas, it's how the world breathes around you. A sudden fox leads you to a hidden shrine, or you might pause mid-quest just to compose a haiku by a tranquil lake. Those spontaneous moments breathe soul into the adventure. With its director's cut and Iki Island expansion polishing the visuals and weaving richer character arcs, Ghost of Tsushima isn't simply a game. It's an emotional, cinematic journey that redefined open-world storytelling.
The spear's due for a little maintenance. Baratha grows stronger.
Hades is a standout in thoughtful game design, a roguelike where the grind feels meaningful because it intertwines with story. You play Zagreus, battling your way out of the underworld again and again, and each failed escape brings new scraps of dialogue, richer relationships, and deeper insight into his world. Its combat is razor-sharp, fast, varied, and endlessly satisfying, with 6 weapons, divine boons, and a wealth of build possibilities. Every run feels fresh thanks to tight design, distinct biomes, and an art style that pops with color and character. Beyond mechanics, Hades soars narratively, melding story and gameplay in a way few games manage. Each attempt to escape unlocks new dialogue, slowly unraveling Zagreus' relationships with gods, family, and underworld denizens. It won both Game of the Year at the Game Developers' Choice Awards and BAFTA, plus a Hugo Award for Best Video Game, proof of its cross-genre appeal. Critics and players alike praise its writing, world building, and the feeling that every death pushes the story forward, and not just your character's power. In short, Hades is gorgeous, addictive, emotionally smart, and brilliantly structured, a modern masterpiece that reshaped roguelikes and storytelling in games.
I warned you, asshole.
Sifu is a striking modern beat-em-up that fuses kung fu spectacle with razor-sharp, unforgiving mechanics. In this revenge tale set in present-day China, every death ages your character, making you hit harder but leaving you more fragile, until you eventually face permanent demise. Its combat, built on Pak Mei style and Rocksteady's free-flow system, flows like a brutal ballet, demanding perfect timing on parries, dodges, and environmental takedowns. Each of the game's 5 handcrafted levels culminates in a boss showdown that pushes you into a true state of flow. That zone where mastery meets intensity. With unlockable meta upgrades and shortcuts, Sifu balances punishing challenge with satisfying progress and feels like stepping into a live-action martial arts film. Critics praised its immersive haptics, cinematic flair, and visceral thrill, often calling it an early Game of the Year contender. In one breath, Sifu is a challenging, visceral, and artful martial arts masterpiece, each brutal exchange rewarding those willing to push their limits. Quick heads up. If you're loving this countdown and want to catch every game we cover, hit subscribe now and join our community before we dive into the final 5. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom takes everything brilliant about Breath of the Wild and pushes it into the stratosphere, literally. Link explores massive skies, underground depths, and the familiar surface, all while wielding a versatile new magical arm. Abilities like Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall let you invent contraptions on the fly. Rocket-powered sleds, flying platforms, impromptu catapults, you name it. Critics hailed its emergent gameplay as pure magic, applauding how curiosity is rewarded and creativity becomes the real engine of exploration. On top of that, the story packs more emotional punch. Zelda disappears, ancient lore deepens across millennia, and your journey unravels in a powerful, non-linear way. Despite rare frame rate dips, it's universally acclaimed as a masterpiece of player freedom, storytelling, and inventiveness. In short, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't just build worlds, it hands you the tools to reshape them and the freedom to forge memories that are uniquely yours. Outer Wilds isn't just a game, it's a cosmic meditation on curiosity and time. You play as a lone explorer in a charming, handcrafted solar system trapped in a 22-minute loop before its sun explodes. Each loop brings fresh discoveries: an abandoned campfire, shifting planetary ruins, enigmatic Nomai inscriptions, where knowledge is the only reward that carries over. The joy lies in figuring things out yourself. No quest markers, no loot, no hand-holding. Critics hail its design and atmosphere, with vibrant visuals, haunting audio cues, and puzzles that fit perfectly into its time loop structure. Players call it a masterpiece. One Reddit fan said it moved them to tears during the DLC's finale, while another declared it the best game I've ever played. A deeply personal, emotional experience that few other games match. In a single breath, Outer Wilds is a brilliantly executed exploration game that uses time loops as both mechanic and metaphor, thought-provoking, unpredictable, and unforgettable.
He's been cut to the hells and back.
Baldur's Gate 3 is a monumental RPG that redefines player agency in video games. Built on Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules, it delivers deeply strategic, turn-based combat. Think magic, stealth, and creative environmental tricks. Push enemies off cliffs. What truly elevates it is the narrative. Richly written companions like Shadowheart, Lae'zel, Astarion, and Karlach each bring emotional weight and personal arcs that intertwine with your journey and influence the world. Dialogue isn't just text, it's a living system of choices, consequences, and dice roll tension that can pivot entire storylines. Its world feels alive. Towns bustle with NPC chatter, and nearly every object invites interaction. This is a game that rewards experimentation and curiosity. Even with minor technical hiccups and a steep learning curve, the game's polish, writing, and design shine, garnering universal acclaim, a Metacritic score of 96/100. Plus sweeping major awards like Game of the Year, it's hailed as a generational RPG. In one breath, Baldur's Gate 3 is a sprawling, player-driven epic, brutally deep, emotionally rich, endlessly replayable, and arguably the gold standard for modern RPGs. Lies of P plunges the classic tale of Pinocchio into a dark Belle Epoque world, crafting a brutal yet beautifully twisted Souls-like that feels uniquely its own. You awaken in the eerily elegant city of Krat, a place once thriving with mechanical puppets and now drowning in madness and stone. Your mission: find Geppetto and confront the horrors lying in wait. What sets Lies of P apart is its refined, fluid combat, modular blade and hilt weapons, unlockable fable arts, and a mechanical legion arm that gives you grappling hooks, flamethrowers, and a playground of strategic strategic options. Choices matter here, not just in fights, but in dialogue. Your lies or truths shape story paths and endings, lending weight to your very words. While some critics note moments of narrative vagueness, the world building, atmosphere, and boss battles have won widespread acclaim. Metacritic hovers in the low 80s, and Steam reviews stay very positive with a 90% rating. In a single breath, Lies of P is a gorgeously grim, choice-driven Souls-like that masterfully balances punishing combat with poignant storytelling, an unforgettable addition to any greatest modern games list.
We're safe in the light, Alan. For now. But he's very pushy.
Rose, right?
Alan Wake 2 is a survival horror triumph, part thrilling investigation, part psychological nightmare. You switch between Alan, trapped in the eerie dark place, and FBI agent Saga Anderson, unraveling a cult-linked murder in Bright Falls. The narrative bends reality around you with meta-writing, live-action scenes, and Remedy's signature universe weaving, hunt monsters with your flashlight and gun, mend broken memories in Saga's mind place, and unravel a conspiracy that blurs the lines between fiction and truth. While some players note PC performance hiccups and pacing dips, critics praise its audacious vision and unforgettable atmosphere. With over 2 million copies sold and earning spots on top game lists of 2023, Alan Wake 2 proves Remedy bet big and won. In one breath, Alan Wake 2 is a genre-bending narrative powerhouse, deeply unsettling, emotionally immersive, and a survival horror masterpiece you won't forget. Thanks so much for sticking with me. It's been a wild ride through 20 of the greatest games of the last 5 years. If you had fun, smash that like button and subscribe for even more deep dives. Got a favorite left off the list? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your number one. Until next time, keep gaming, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.